Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. All the new subscribers, thanks for jumping on board and following along on the journey of building my first N-scale layout. It's been a lot of fun and really enjoying where it's sort of taking me and all the rabbit holes that I'm finding along the way. So thanks very much. If you don't mind, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, the share, whatever, all that fun jazz. It just helps promote the channel. And really what it does, at least what I find, is it helps to build some pretty cool relationships. I've met quite a few people basically via the comments of these videos that I've actually leaned on for resources, for troubleshooting, and it's just a great community. You know, when they say greatest hobby in the world, they're really not kidding. The community is really top notch. You know, especially if you know where to look and where to go. So thanks very much for following along. It means a lot. And for all you guys that comment, it's awesome. I really appreciate it. It helps to motivate me, to push me to keep making content. So without further ado, where are we at with the layout? Well, I've been sort of doing other things, car weathering, things like that I didn't really think that I needed to you know, put up on the channel. I've done the weathering video. You know, everybody's kind of done that to death, so I don't want to flog it by any means. So I was weathering up a few cars and fiddling with stuff, doing some small detail pieces on the track, cleaning up I had a couple buckles, you know, basically where I guess my joints weren't large enough, so I had to go in and doctor that up, which is to be expected. You know, I live in Canada, so with the thaw freeze and the frost heave, you know, things, especially when it's anchored to the foundation, stuff's gonna move. I'm in a 125-year-old farmhouse, so things are gonna move, and they did. So anyways, it's fixed, it's running, everything's great. Got I think the last update might have been having to do with the toggle switch. That's working fantastic, letting me flip back and forth between DCC and DC. Really having a lot of fun with that. So yesterday was able to get out and actually get to London. Basically, for me to get to a hobby shop that has a decent supply of N-scale stuff, I've got to go to London, which is about an hour 15, hour and 20 from me. So made that trek and was actually lucky enough to get Dad to come down. So we had sort of like a little train day. Went to the hobby shops. We went to Pete's Trains in London. It's a smaller shop, but it's full of character. Great guy. Really nice fella in that shop. And he's got lots of cool little detail parts, some of which I'll show you. So from Pete's, I picked up some of these. So these are just the Woodland Scenics culverts. My plan is actually to use a product called Instamold, and I'm actually going to make molds for this so that I can cast it as many times as I need. So that's cool. Also picked up some level crossing boards, as well as some older transition era crossbucks. Now, the reason I'm using these is because a lot of the crossings on my layout that are going to be modeled are going to be actually like farm crossings. So some of them didn't even have crossbucks, but just for the sake of a nice little detail piece, I thought these would be pretty fitting and cool. So I got to pick those up. My dad told me to buy these and he ended up picking them up, and then I found them in my bag. So these are switch stands. I guess apparently the fella is no longer with us that makes these, so they're very hard to come by. They are exquisitely detailed. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. Maybe not. Anyways, switch stands, they look really, really great. So that was fun. Pete's Trains, excellent selection in HO, good selection in N-scale, like for what the store is. You know, it's pretty small. But he's always happy to bring stuff in. Really nice guy to deal with. And is actually the fellow that helped my wife get the Christmas gifts picked and stuff like that. So always a thumbs up for Pete's Trains. Look him up. Nice little shop. Always worth the drive. I really like supporting the brick and mortars, the local stuff. Particularly if they're selling N-scale, because there's not too many guys that do any real volume in N-scale. So I like to make sure that you know, I throw some money their way. So next one went to I think it's Burrowdale Hobbies, and at Burrowdale Hobbies they have an even better selection of N-scale. Great selection of HO and just an all-around hobby shop. Nice fella. You know, the store, they've always got something. They're always getting lots in, and you know, it's always worth taking a browse. So I was able to, you can see this in the background, I finally pulled the trigger and bought a Static King Woodland Scenic Static Grass Applicator. I've had and tried to muck around with 2 of the homemade jobs. If you can figure it out, great. If not, for what it is, I mean, you can make your money back if you make tufts and then sell them because you're going to be able to make a bazillion tufts. And if you guys look up how much those grass tufts that I've been putting on the layout are, it pays for itself in no time. So I picked that up, picked up a couple different static grass. I've also got like a different, another burnt color that I already had here in the shop. So excited! I'm going to start making some tufts after this video. I'm also going to do like larger areas, and then more importantly strips, using probably this colored grass here. I want to figure out how to get some tips on it to try to make them look like cattails for the ditches. So maybe I'll throw something together to show you guys what I do there. You know, once I work it out. And then the final little gem that I picked up was this little fella. So pretty happy about that. SW8 Chessie. It is B&O. Don't really care. It's a great little unit. And you know, if I want to patch it over to a C&O, you know, weather it up and then get a decal, maybe change it over. But anyways, renumber it. Who knows what the plans are, but picked him up for a good price, and very happy about that. So yeah, that's sort of where we're at. Just a quick blurb there. I guess I'll take you guys off the tripod here, and we'll go over, have a look at the layout. I'll just sort of show you exactly what I'm working on, why I picked up the culverts, as well as the crossing boards. It was just amusing that I found these, because I did actually just order some from Blair Line, and they're on their way. They're being shipped for my other crossings. So I saw this product. I'm not familiar with the Osborne model kits, so I figured I'd give it a try. I mean, looks pretty straightforward. It's just MDF. The Blair Line ones, I guess, are stained. These ones look like they have some coloration to them, but either way, we'll give them a try. See how they compare to the Blair Line. So let me wrap this up, and we'll jump on over to the layout, and I'll just show you quick where I'm at, and hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll have some more updates for you. Cheers. Okay guys, so there you have it. I put in a small trestle type ditch crossing right there. Still working on that, doing some more details, color, fill in some ballast. So hopefully I'd like to get that project done this weekend. Then those culverts are going to be for this road crossing here, as well as this track crossing in the back. I think I'm going to put the cast culvert in as well. These tended to be the norm for the area locally, but I want to add a little bit of variety, just because there's not going to be too many places where I'm going to model a ditch crossing underneath. So I didn't want it to be the same right here, you know, with 2 of them back to back. I wanted to mix it up and have a little bit of that variation. So that's really the greatest part about kind of freelancing it and basing it loosely on the prototype is, you know, I'm taking a lot of artistic freedom here, and moving away from, you know, what you would typically find in Blenheim. So, but it's coming along great. It's coming along great. I do have to get something built for my power packs and a holder for my NCE power cab. The yard, I want to get that painted as well, finish the ground. But it's coming along. Do some detailing. Dad came up with a great process for detailing and trying to show some of the rigging for the augers on the elevators. So I want to try to doctor that up. I do want to add a couple finishing touches to this elevator. Just have a pipe coming down for loading trucks, and then as well another pipe that hangs over so that you can actually fill hoppers on both sidings. So I need to model that. And then I'm also going to have a pit type with a grain drill at the back, at the rear of the siding. So coming along. The crossing kits are going to go in, obviously, there, as well as here. So who knows, see how much I can get done this weekend, but maybe I can come back with another update. For those of you who follow along, maybe I'll do a Facebook Live. I thought I could do a YouTube Live, but I guess looking into it, I need to have 1,000 subscribers before we can do that. So, hopefully one of these days, maybe we'll get there. Was toying with the idea of maybe doing an actual t-shirt giveaway. I think I'm up over 300 subscribers now. I had no idea, just kind of overnight went and looked, and it's creeping up. So I'd like to do something to do that. So maybe throw your names in, do a draw. We'll get some t-shirts made up or something for the Chessie Systems Canadian operations, and see what you let me know what you think in the comments. If you think that's a good idea, anybody wants a shirt, let me know, and maybe I can even get some printed if guys want to purchase one. But either way, guys, have a great weekend. Happy hobbying, and greatest hobby in the world. Keep on rocking.